Welcome to Dave TV. How y'all doing, everybody? I'm just trying some different aspects, you know? I mean, that's usually me sitting there in front of the thing, so I'm doing lefty vision, where everything is on the left. The whole picture is tilted to the left. But you know how high def is widescreen? It's widescreen, you know. Now this is tall screen. So just turn your computer monitor or your video device over on its side and watch tall screen. Okay, this is the top. This is the bottom. This is the bottom. So anyhow, how y'all doing, everybody? It's the 19th of September, 2013. Couple interesting things. Cuccinelli denounced his anti-Semitic joke. Interesting article in the Washington Post today about how the the guy who's running for the Virginia GOP candidate for governor. Anyhow, somebody who's associated with the Congressional District Republican Committee makes this joke, okay? He said, at a rally in Sterling attended by Cuccinelli and conservative talk radio show host Mark Levin, this guy warmed up the crowd with a joke that made use of a stereotype about Jews. He described the head of the Jewish faith as presenting the Pope with a bill for the Last Supper. Of course, Cuccinelli denounced the joke and said it was bad taste, da-da-da. But it's it's a guy who's well connected to Cuccinelli and the whole thing. So, but here's the point I was trying to make, is if this had been a Democrat who had made this comment at a McAuliffe rally, this would have been a huge story all morning on WMAL. This would have been a huge story on Drudge. This would have been a huge story even on Limbaugh and possibly Fox News. And it wasn't. And Chris Plant would have made a big fuss about it, and he didn't. Oh, man. You know, so all those complaints that the righties have at WMAL have about the lefty media, they also apply the other way around. You know, there's a lot of stuff that WMAL just ignores or downplays because it's embarrassing to Republicans. And just wanted to point that out. Paul Farhi, our favorite Washington Post reporter today, has a piece in, where is this piece? Where is that piece? Where is that piece? I saw it here a second ago. Paul Farhi. Oh, Paul Farhi, yeah. He writes, it's actually not a bad little piece. Right, there it is. It says, it's basically an essay on the shooting there at the Washington Navy Yard on Monday and how basically the media has moved on in a lot of cases, especially the cable TV networks, and are now covering other things that, whatever you want to say. There wasn't terror-inspired, whatever. But still, there still was not, 12 people were killed, and we're almost kind of, okay, been there, done that. There's so many cases of these massacres at schools and movie theaters and stuff like that. We're almost becoming kind of commonplace with an interesting article. But of course, he gets makes a big error in the piece where he basically gets the number of people wrong that were shot at the Gabrielle Giffords campaign event in Arizona back, when was that? In Tucson. He says 13 dead, and there are apparently only 6 dead. And there's a big correction there at WashingtonPost.com. An embarrassing error there for Paul Farhi. But anyway, what are you going to know about that? I don't know. I'm getting a lot of interesting... let's see if I can turn the camera. Let's see if we can make this different. Can you see me there? Can you hear me? Let's try the camera over here. Let's try some different camera angles. How's that one? Hey, that's not too bad. I like that. That's not bad. So anyhow, where's my thing here? Where's my computer? I had it all queued up to go. This is not a good day for me because I did a whole Dave TV just a few minutes ago, and I said something that I shouldn't have said, and so I had to go redo the whole stupid thing. Okay, here it is. This is where I put everything on this computer file thing. Do 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 do. Damn, where is it? It ain't there. Let's try my other email, which is probably over here. So I know I put this exchange over here. Anyhow, we got an exchange the other day from a person over there at WNEW, and we've been talking a lot about what's up with WNEW. They started the station. CBS started the All Newser a year and a half ago to compete with top-rated WTOP, and basically WNEW hasn't gotten the ratings and is still kind of struggling, on a marginal signal. And the folks at WNEW email me and tell me, despite our problems, despite the fact that we're still on track, CBS is committed to the station for the long run, And so I get this from somebody over there at WNEW. This came over the transom yesterday. Quote, making quote marks with my fingers. The way the company looks at WNEW is this: 10-10 wins lost money every year for the first 7 years they were on the air. That's CBS's All Newser in New York. Now WINS, along with every other news station we own, is a money printing press for the company. They know spoken word is the future. As long as we're breaking even, they will let us grow. Look at CBS stock. We're making money hand over fist, so it's not too worried about little old WNEW in Washington not beating big bad WTOP. The one thing no one gets is that no one goes and deposits a ratings book into their checking account. CBS doesn't obsess about the ratings. So anyhow, we get that. So then I pass that along to one of my local radio gurus, who writes back to me in comment. He is right that Group W and CBS took losses for many, many years and then turned all newsers into reliable moneymakers. But back then, these were the 1960s, Group W was a tiny speck within the giant Westinghouse company. Today, CBS is basically a broadcasting company. It's their whole business, pretty much. And he talks about how they were, when El Zal was on 99.1 before WNEW, they were cash flowing X number of millions. They got to be cash flowing a lot less on the weaker news signal 107.9. And with 99.1 now cash flowing a lot less than what El Zal was doing. Quote again, the entire CBS cluster is probably cash flowing way less with the decline of WPGC, among other things. I do not believe the corporate leaders of today, such as Les Moonves and Summer Redstone, have the patience or the ability to sustain losses low profits for years and years like Donald McGannon and William Paley did in the 60s. It's a different world now. And my radio guru source continues, CBS doesn't obsess about ratings? Question mark. Remember how fast they were. Let me go on this. If the ratings didn't directly impact the profitability and all that, you wouldn't see their PDs lose their jobs all over the country on a regular basis like what happens when the ratings fail or fail to grow. And you can look at the Washington market, with the various management turnover over the years here as maybe some proof of that. So anyhow, we're looking at this back and forth between NEW and between WTOP. And hey, I still think that WNEW is in it for the long. I think CBS is committed to WNEW for the long haul. I really do. I think it is. That's just the way it is. Try this. Yeah, there we go. WNEW is just a small package of a small part of CBS's big all-news strategy with their radio stations with WINS in New York and CBS in New York and KYW in Philly, BBM in Chicago, and the KCBS in San Francisco and BZ in Boston and whatever. And they sell it as a package nationally, this big package. And WNEW is just a small part of that, but it's prestigious. You want to have a station in Washington. So that's what they do. I think it's not going to go away. I think and they see that huge plum there of all that government advocacy revenue, that's fueling the Politico and Bloomberg and all these, the Atlantic and all these different news agencies on Capitol Hill. They see TOP tapping into that, and they want some of it too. And they realize that 99.1, with all its problems, that's a potential, and they still see the potential money-making ability of NEW. And I tend to agree with probably the CBS suits a little more than some of the other suits at the other stations and a radio guru there and whatever. So We shall see about that. Here's an interesting idea. You know, Sean Hannity is leaving Cumulus and WMAL, and where's it going to go in the Washington market? You know, there's a 94.3 signal, a low power signal that Clear Channel has in Frederick County that they're moving into like the Rockville, Bethesda area, maybe even closer to DC. What are they going to do with that? And I'm thinking maybe they could put a talk format on that. If they, say, bought 570 from Dan Snyder, who'd probably be willing to sell it because he doesn't need it for WTEM. And they could have 570, which is not a horrible signal. It's not a great signal, but it's not horrible either. And it reaches prestigious parts of Fairfax and Montgomery and Northwest DC, where the money demo lives. And they put that in conjunction with this new 94.3, you know, and maybe some other low-power FM relays around the area. And, you know, they could do a talker, you know, put a talker there. You know, Clear Channel has 5 music FMers in the market, and they could put this little AM talker thingy going on with a couple low-power FM relays around. And you know what? You know, put Sean Hannity on it, you know, make a big fuss about, hey, you like, you know, Sean, come on over to our new talk station. Maybe just call it WTNT. Remember, Clear Channel originally owned WTNT. Well, they can't do that because WTNT is on 730. But yeah, but something like that. Okay. I don't know. My brain's going too fast this morning. Cut back the caffeine. But anyhow, interesting idea. What if Clear Channel were to start a talker on 570 and 94.3? It's an interesting idea. Play with that. So anyhow, what have we learned today? Another error from Paul Farhi, the C+ journalist. Maybe make him a C today. Instead of the plus, we're just calling him a C journalist. That's a grade, the C journalist. WNEW, WTOP, the battle's going to continue. I think that CBS is in it for the long haul. And it would be a great idea if we could get a new talker in town on 570 and 94.3, and WMAL. Yeah, there are a bunch of propagandists over there, and you know WMAL really wants to seriously talk about good ratings, better respect, credibility. It doesn't matter if they lean to the right a little bit. That's fine, but they can't just go ahead and ignore these big stories like Cuccinelli and the crazy stuff, and you know, and even the McAuliffe stuff. You know, the bad stuff on McAuliffe, they downplay that too. I don't know. You know, it's just, what are they trying to do over there? Talk like a pirate. That's what they spent half the talk like a pirate is what they talked about this morning. They're trying to outdo Jack Diamond, I think. Well, let's try to be more like Jack Diamond. I don't know. Oh, don't forget, okay? Dave TV asks you to help support DCRTV.com. Our 16th anniversary this month. Send us a few bucks in the mail or PayPal or whatever. Just click on that support link there on DCRTV's front page. Thank you all very much. Habla español un poco solamente.